everybody, to another live meeting of the United States Pirate Party. My name is Drew Bingaman. I am your captain for this evening, and we're going to go around and have everybody introduce themselves. Ben, you're the first person I see.
Hey all, I am Ben Horlick. I am the Pirate Party National Committee's bean counter / auditor and the lead representative from the Texas Party.
Awesome. Thank you, Ben. Mitch.
Ahoy. Mitch DeVillo of Chicagoland Nye, the Illinois Pirate Party.
It's good.
I'm not gonna lie. I look forward to that every time.
It's good to have canned intros.
Is that an intentional can?
Yes, it is.
He's done it every single time I've been on these, so
You notice it every single time. Yeah, but I wasn't sure if you're just you mess up that much. Anyway.
I actually do mess it up every single time for 3 years now.
Hey,
I can't help myself.
That's all good. All right, Joe. Oh, I think Joe's is Sans microphone as well tonight. Joseph Honorowski, he is our current treasurer and our Massachusetts rep. Rowan, you're next.
Hello, I'm Rowan from both Chicagoland and Illinois Pirate Party.
Awesome. Michael.
Hello. I am Michael, the scribe for the United States Pirate Party, and hope to be soon whenever I have time to work on the New Jersey Pirate Party to be from there.
Awesome. Yari. Hey.
Hi, I'm Yari, aka Rose Klein. I am a representative of the California Pirates.
And Johnny is our final member tonight, who is our Pennsylvania rep, and he is also Sans microphone. And he says, "Yo, ho ho, and a bottle of rum." I could use a bottle of rum right now. As a matter of fact, I might have to substitute my Crystal Head vodka instead. Avast ye mateys. All right. We have an election. And we have 2 accepted candidates here tonight.
Yep.
Rowan and Johnny. They are both up for Swarm Care. And Yari, we're gonna roll into questions for our nominees, and I will let you take that away.
Yeah. I might. So just in case our nominees aren't aware, or anyone who's on our Discord needs the reminder, this set of questions and the names of the nominees, although that will obviously be repeated here, all of that is in the Swarm Care election thread, which is under the Pirate Council channel on Discord. So if you are in our Discord, please feel free to check that out. I might skip around the questions a bit. I don't know that we'll necessarily have time to do them all in order. So anyway, but first question, I'm going to go with Johnny first. And my question is the first one. Why does the swarm need care? Oh, actually, is it cool that we're going right into questions? And Drew?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I figured that was the cue. Okay. Cool.
Yes, that was the cue. Go ahead. Yes, yeah.
So, John, why does the swarm need care?
And I'm assuming that the same question to Rowan then when...
Yes, it'll be the same question to Rowan. Actually, if you both want to just take a minute and write something out, that might be great.
Well, we know Johnny's going to be writing something out, so...
Yeah. Keep it short.
All right. So while we wait for answers to be formulated, I do have a little bit of news that got my election notice and filled out all the paperwork and submitted it. So I am now awaiting an election certificate for my 6-year constable term. And so yeah, that'll be. I get to continue to serve. So yeah, so that's cool. Rowan, if you have it ready, and you would like to share it with us, go ahead. And Johnny, whenever yours is ready, go ahead and post it in the chat.
Okay, well, I already did, I looked at the questions in the Discord and have answers for all of them, so hopefully that'll make it a bit simpler. But my answer to the question, why does the Swarm need care, is simple. The Swarm needs care because the Swarm is the Pirate Party as well as the movement. And if the mental and physical well-being is not met for the individuals within the party and movement, it will cause a hurdle for, well, like I said, the party and movement. So, yeah.
Okay, and I can read Johnny's. Johnny says, because people like curated options, Swarm Care is, as best I understand it, finding the best way for people to work with and get what they want out of the Pirate Party. The Swarm Care should be about finding out what those needs are and presenting the best options for them. All right, thank you both.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just go to question 2, which is, what would you like to do to grow the party? And I know, Rowan, you have an answer, so yeah, just jump into it.
Yeah, if you want to just.
And Johnny, if you have stuff that you just want to, if you already have stuff written up, feel free to just copy paste it in. But totally understand if you need time.
Okay. So this is question 2, just for clarity. Okay. So my answer for question 2 is, I'd love to work with leaders of varying state and regional parties to create and maintain open communication and help resolve any possible future confusions in relations to international. Not international. I read that wrong. I also would love to reach out to members in different states not yet established and help them gain strength in membership and infrastructure.
All right. Awesome. Thank you, Rowan.
While we're waiting,
we have some lovely
V is
background
here.
music, though.
Yeah. He just joined us. So.
Yeah. So Johnny has responded. Find out appropriate openings for service, and find a way to integrate them into the Pirate Party. Also find appropriate groups that might want electoral options, and presenting ourselves as that option. All right. Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you both.
Can we, just for the sake of order, V, ID?
Oh yes, V. Would you mind IDing for us, please?
Absolutely, don't mind. Yes, so my name is Sarai Sophie Van Solvieto from Texas. I'm of the Texas Pirate Party, also known as the Operational Texas Pirates, and I am the temporary Swarm Care Manager.
All right, awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
The second comment from Johnny was, people really don't like the Democratic Party right now. Well, I can tell you that a lot of people really don't like the Republican Party either. So, I mean,
these are great questions. I'm just going to number 3. What does a welcoming environment look like for the U.S. Pirates?
If
you have it ready, go for it.
But what does the welcoming environment look like? I'd say being open to all types of members, both super active ones who can come to every meeting and contribute a lot, and also those who can, who will and can contribute a little bit, which is still valuable. Also, I think there's another aspect of having diversity in political outlooks and policies as well. Obviously, there are some exceptions. I'm pretty sure those are well known, but outside of those exceptions, actually, I'll clarify. When I say exceptions, I mean authoritarian or hateful, ideologies. But hopefully there's not too many people like that coming into the Pirate Party. But overall, just looking at all these different diverse activity levels, as well as diversity in political ideology and policy.
All right. Johnny says it has a number of opportunities visible for different interests with easy on-ramps for people to get into them. Awesome.
Cool.
All right.
Thank
great.
you both. Since you both already kind of addressed number 4, which is about partnership building, I'm sure you both have more to say about that. But I think I want to jump to number 5, which is, what does this role look like with you in it? And I think, if you have extra stuff that you want to say about number 4, which is sort of, a particular tidbit that you're like, oh, this answer was really useful for me, feel free to add that. And again, number 4 is that I'm skipping is about what do you plan to do in terms of a local pirate partnership building, or statewide or nationally or internationally? But the question I'm asking is, what does this role look like with you in it?
For me, for question number 5, I'd say that the role looks like one that's mixed of both communication as well as marketing or promotion, in the sense that I think that we have the ability to, since we're a coalition of various states, start promoting the different states within the states in not just an internet level, but in-person level. Many people have heard me talk about this before and probably are sick of it because I've talked about it a lot. But I still do think it's relevant that getting, encouraging, and influencing in-person activities as well as online activities could be very beneficial to the party as a whole. Tabling efforts, canvassing maybe even, or knocking doors, or any sort of public event where people can talk face to face. I also think that while internet presence is also very important, so also keeping active on social media, keeping open communications via DMs or emails, and having just these conversations with people. I think conversations are what help growth. And I think one of the roles of Swarm Care Manager is to help maintain but also grow the Pirate Party. And I think by helping people figure out how to communicate their message and their movement, it could be very beneficial.
All right. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you. Johnny, whenever. Also, we will have Jester, Ashley Melody, joining us shortly.
Johnny says it looks simple. A regular checkup to make sure everyone is getting what they need. Most of what I would do would not normally be visible. So behind the scenes, making connections is what I'm. That's yeah. That was my interpretation, and Johnny confirmed that. So yes, lots of behind the scenes stuff.
It's like the IT guy, right? Is like, if everything's working, you never need to call them.
Yeah. Human IT, he says. Yeah, that's been my lot in life. The IT guy, they hate me when something's wrong, and they hate me because they think I don't do anything when everything's working. Yeah, it's not a good place to be, especially if you just work for one employer. And you're the sole guy. I can tell you, it is a thankless position. So, yeah, very, very much. If I'm doing my job right, you don't know that I even exist. So, but
we have another person who joined, but and yeah, I don't know if you want to do that first, or I could ask the next question.
Chester, would you like to ID for us?
No problem. Hi, everyone. I'm Ashley Melody. I am the current interim representative for Indiana. And, well, nice to be here again after quite a long absence.
And you'll be
Well.
voting for Indiana tonight? Is that correct, Chester?
Yeah, I guess so, since I'm the only Indiana rep here.
Okay. Just
Of the
making
two
su-
interim reps that we have.
just making sure you were prepared to do that. Yari, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Next question.
Last question. Folks, what can you learn from how swarm care duties were performed in the past? Rowan and John.
For me, it's just seeing how different tactics were used based on the person who's in that role. You know, there's been various people in swarm care role, including me for a little bit. But I think kind of figuring out how to make the most use of that role based on the goals you want to achieve in that role to help the pirate party, and two, what your specialties are. So, you know, looking at previous people who've been in the role has been really helpful for me to understand what the role is, but also understanding through that the role doesn't, while it has certain expectations, it's very flexible in what you can get out of it and what you can make out of it. And I think if I'm given the ability to, or given the chance to, I will try to make the best out of it, and use all of my abilities and skills to help the party.
All right. Johnny says infrastructure and maintenance. I would love to learn the tips on how to keep everything functioning smoothly. All right. Do you have any other questions that were? Oh, you are muted, Yari.
Thank you. I had forgotten that. There aren't any other questions on the list. I know I know we want to get through this, and I would like to. I'm curious if Drew, you think we might have time for a couple.
I think we have questions. We have time for a few off the cuff questions. Let's not get bogged down in that. But let's see.
Sure.
V says they have a question. You have a
I have
question,
one as well.
Yari. Is there any other? But let me ask this: who else has questions for our candidates besides Yari and V? Michael, you have one?
Possibly.
Okay.
I might have one for one particular candidate.
I think that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. I have not seen any questions on the YouTube either.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
V, go ahead. You chimed in first, so have at it.
Absolutely. So for my swarm care proteges, how will you balance your life situations and responsibilities with the responsibility of the swarm care manager position in any form?
That is a great question, V. Thank you. Rowan, you want to just tackle that off the cuff, and we'll give Johnny time to type?
Yeah. Well, it seems like some question, but it's very complicated. So I won't pretend I have the strongest answer yet, but based on past experience, because I was in swarm care for the tiniest of bits as bits could get, it's really just learning what you want to bring into it. Like I said previously, so like what goals you want to accomplish, and also balancing out your real life. So like, oh, hey, I want to talk to these state parties and see if they want to do this, or, you know, like having like measurable, like kind of like checklists, and then, you know, kind of, so it's just not just kind of like going anywhere, but having like things you want to get done while also getting the stuff done you need to do in real life. So I'm not kind of just like, oh, you know, whatever, you know, go with the flow, or having a vague idea of what I'm going to do. So basically, just, well, first of all, participating in meetings, and second of all, just having measurable goals that I can keep myself accountable, while also making sure it's not too much to do in a certain amount of time based on what I'm doing. You know, I'm a college student. Well, I'm on break right now, but, you know, work and extracurriculars and stuff like that. So making sure I measure it and schedule it. That'd be my biggest thing. If I was given the chance to be swarm care, is making sure I fit it within my schedule and have measurable goals.
All right. Thank you. And Johnny, whenever you got it, whenever you're ready, go ahead and post. There we go. Try to make the interactions as little real time as possible. Enough threads and forum type conversations that people can chime in and contribute at odd times, including myself. So I'm guessing that's in a nutshell, that's a fit it in when you have time, and that is certainly a viable answer.
Well,
and
and
let others fit in as well. Yeah. So, all right. Awesome. Yari.
yeah, V stole my first question, but thank you. I appreciate it. Because I think that's a super important one. The other one I want to ask is if there's one thing, just one, that you do during your term as Swarm Care, what would you hope for that to be?
That's a good one.
I think my answer might seem quite obvious, but having measurable tabling events, like having well, first of all, participating in ones in the Midwest for my sake, or for my case, but also like having pictures of other regions that I possibly can't get to due to transportation issues, but having them do tabling. So if I could get even a few tabling events done, or even one during my time in Swarm Care, I'd see that as kind of a success, because I think that could be the first step to kind of normalizing those type of in real life political conversations and promotion efforts.
All right. Awesome. And if we're going by how it's been going, any second now we'll have an answer from Johnny. So. Oh, here we go. Get an alliance with a major social justice group. Have us considered a viable an electoral. This is me fumbling it. Have us be considered a viable electoral option by one of those groups. That is
Cool. Thank you both.
cool. Michael, did you have anything else that you wanted to add in here as a question for?
Yeah, I mean, I have a question for Rowan. Rowan, if you decline to answer, that's fine. I respect that. But I know you've stepped away from the Pirate Party for a bit. What made you want to come back, and specifically, what made you want to have another go at Swarm Care?
Well, that's actually a great question, and I'm not going to decline to answer, because honestly, I think that was something I was expecting. Because I know that my departure was very sudden. In all honesty, it was a personal thing. It was not just specifically Pirate Party, but more so just in general political activities. At that time, due to my mental health situation, I honestly took on too much in that moment, and I tried to downsize what I was committing to in a political sense. Because also for full clarity, I know Dems were mentioned in the previous chat. Dems were mentioned. I've been the vice president of my college's Democrats club for a bit. And I've also am a class representative of my school. And I'm also just a college student, and I have a job. So there's a lot of stuff going on. And I also, so when I took on the role originally for Swarm Care, I kind of got myself hyped up and overwhelmed. And that was why my departure was so sudden, because I kind of hyped it up in my head a lot. And was like, I can't do this. And it was a moment of mental stress. But now with, a clear mindset, I have improved mentally for full clarity. And I, in short, think that I can truly, because I still do believe in the efforts of getting in-person activities to be more active, getting more tabling efforts, canvassing, or just talking in public. I think that is important. So no matter who wins, I hope there is a push for that. But I was told by Mitch that, I got nominated, and I was like, okay, well, maybe this is a sign that I could try again and truly, this time balance it out, but also push for the things I think that could improve the party, in my opinion, which is, I guess tabling. Tabling is the one thing you'll hear out of my mouth every meeting.
And just for the record, Rowan, even if you don't get elected here, you can still work on that. That's not a there.
Yes.
We are a volunteer based organization, and if there's something you want to take on, you go ahead and take it on. I mean, that's absolutely.
That's my intention. I do want to participate in that no matter the outcome. So while I accepted the nomination, I also, no matter what the results are, I do want to push for tabling. If in my case, I could do it for Illinois or Chicagoland because I don't have a car, but I would also love to help other people because I've done tabling for other stuff before, like, again, Democrats and also my school community council. So while I won't pretend I have the best of experiences, I do have some experience in that. And so no matter what the outcome is, I'd love to give my input and assistance in whatever ways is actually helpful.
Awesome.
Regardless of the outcome, by the way, happy to have you back.
Yes, absolutely. V chimed in. Spoiler alert. I'm still going to be making events, and I hope you do continue on that, V. And that has been absolutely a strong suit of yours, trying to get us all together as a community, and that has been working very well. And I appreciate all that you've done in that. Johnny is here to pretty much everything. So yeah, all right, great. Yari, did you have another follow-up?
I, as always, wanting the strengths and passions of both of our excellent nominees to be part of our imminent future. And I wonder if there's, I'm going to wonder this aloud. I wonder aloud if there's a version of this where, like, either we get, if for example, if Rowan gets the position, then we make some sort of project manager title, like project manager of the one thing that John wants to get done, which is like coordinating with nonprofits. So like nonprofit coordination project, like just like not an officer title, but just like a title so that this person, like we know that person, and like vice versa. If John gets it, then like Rowan is like tabling project manager or something like that. I think that would be great. That is my thought on the matter. Yep.
Mitch, you have a raised hand. Go ahead.
Yahoy. So I just wanted to kind of think aloud, just going off of Yari's suggestion, where it's kind of something I had in mind when I was Swarm Care Manager and I was coordinating the regional the regional outreach meetings, where I would really like it to be like not one Swarm Care Manager for the whole U.S. Pirate Party, but multiple Swarm Care Managers for, different regions of the United States, coordinating together. So especially like next year's conference, that is something I would love to discuss. Just because, it is a lot of work to be Swarm Care Manager. And I almost think like a Swiss governance for the Swarm Care position would be fantastic. But that's, again, I'm just thinking out loud, and that's just my suggestion.
All right, Michael, do you have a question?
Yeah. I mean, if we have time, if not, then.
Yeah,
all
I
good,
think we
but-
have. There was.
There's a YouTube comment question from AJ, which I think is useful. I don't know if that's what you were going to get to.
No. I was going to ask something. Rowan briefly mentioned his kind of background. And I don't know if Johnny wants to kind of go into like in depth about his background as well. Of like.
So let me put it this way. When we have the next after the next question, I'm going to give each of the candidates a chance to kind of put their final comments up, and then we'll after they're done, we'll move to a vote.
Yeah.
And I think that'll be it's probably the best use of our time.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yari, would you like to share the question?
I would love to share our dear friend Anthony J's question. During my time, we had some issues that made us think about how to do proper pirate conflict resolution and mediation between states. I'm wondering if either of our nominees have productive thoughts. So that's for both Rowan and Johnny.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was reading the question myself as well. Productive thoughts. Yes, I do have thoughts. Are they productive? I don't know. No, I don't know yet. I do think that having unity within the pirate movements and parties within the United States is beneficial to us, since the U.S. Pirate Party is a coalition of states and regions within, well, the United States. From what I remember about that issue, there was, which I don't remember a lot, there was disagreements on certain, in my opinion, not huge aspects, but that could be a controversial statement within itself. I think that accepting the diversity of political needs and wants within different states and regions is something that should be emphasized. And I feel like by worrying about the whole image, by, like, for example, if like one state supports unless it's egregious, in which I think there should be some limits, like if obviously, like I previously said, if there's authoritarian or hateful policies or rhetoric used by a state party or regional movement, that should be something discussed and worked out. But I think if it's something where it might be more politically one way or the other in relations to political policy, I think unless it gets to the egregious level, I think accepting that the states are diverse in relations to, state pirate parties would be very beneficial to the effort of unity and solidarity amongst varying pirate parties. But yeah, that's my very off the cuff response to that, and very jumbled. But if it makes any sense,
appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Drew, you want to read John's response?
Yeah. Johnny says, well, I would think the most productive thing would be to have strong conflict resolution protocols beforehand. While those actual protocols are important, what's more important is having clear rules in place before there is drama. Prevention of misunderstanding is key. Yeah. I also would say that, in my opinion, that is not necessarily the role for Swarm Care. The conflict resolution such like that we saw, where if it's two states, or if it's a state and the PNC having a disagreement, I think that's something that we all just have to kind of, let me put it this way: if everybody is operating in good faith, which is not always the case, then I believe that we can work this out. We can work pretty much everything out. And I will also say that from my perspective, the United States Pirate Party is a fleet of 50 state parties, and I don't know how many territories we have. Does anybody know how many territories we have? I don't know, but state and U.S. territories. But anyways, I consider us a fleet of different state parties. So. Yeah, all about the collective effort. So, are we ready to move on to final statements?
I would like to move on to final statements.
Okay, then that looks like that's keeping us in the right time frame. Rowan, Johnny, if you would like to bless us with your final statements, and then we will move to a vote.
Well, I thank you for the opportunity to, first of all, express my interest in what I want to see in the Pirate Party differently, no matter if I win or not. This platform to discuss different ideas for the Pirate Party and different models for the Swarm Care roles overall has been beneficial to me, and hopefully as you guys as well. If I'm given the opportunity again to do the Swarm Care manager role, I will for sure find the balance, like mentioned in previous question by V. I will find that balance that I previously did not find, and I will use my strengths to, uplift the party and regional parties and state parties respectfully, and I'll give it my all in that sense. So thank you for the opportunity again, and thank you. Yeah.
Great. Thank you. When we are voting, we're all sending a. Can we do a private message to Michael?
Yes,
here?
we can. Yeah. So
Okay.
you click on the three. So we're sending them to Michael. And so the way
Yes.
you do that is you click on the 3 dots
I see it.
above Michael's video,
Yeah.
and then
Send private
send private
message.
message. Okay, so that's where we're sending our votes. Johnny, was there a final statement that you wanted to make? Also, Johnny says, yeah, I think I would be happy if either Rowan or I got this gig. If elected, I will certainly be involving him.
All right. Yes, and the question then is, Johnny, do you have anything else to add as a final statement? Just to clarify. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that was your intent. Okay. Now, if everybody will send all of our voting members send our votes to Michael. So our voting members are Jester, Mitch, Johnny, Yari, you are a voting member, and Joe is also a voting member. So that's 5 total, right? Is that correct? Did I count right? I think I did. I have that many. Yeah, 5 out of 5. Okay. So it takes 3 votes to win, and you can begin voting whenever you feel comfortable. Hopefully, don't take too long though.
As we take this opportunity to watch Michael furiously vote, add calculations, I just want to say a few words as stepping down, and we're live on YouTube. So I just wanted to say something that hopefully will keep us moving. So I am having memory loss problems, and I don't want to be Biden. I don't want to be Biden of the Pirate Party, so that's why I'm stepping down. And I can't wait to continue doing events with everybody, to continue, pulling Texas along, to continue just, we've had a great success working with the Australian Pirates and the UK Pirates, and every now and then we go to PPI board meetings, the Pirate Parties International, and I just want to remind everyone, we are pirates, but not just because we exist online. We are people first and foremost, and we go first. As Rowan and John were saying, they will step in when they can, and that's what we do. Vote pirate.
Awesome. Thank you, V, and thank you for
Thank you
everything
so
you've
much
done.
for your time.
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah, yes.
Jester, so you're going to click the 3 dots above my name
On his video.
on Jitsi.
In the Jitsi, Jester.
Private or I guess you could private message me via Discord if that would be easier. Okay, there we go. Never mind. Jester found it.
You got it?
All right, and
Do
that
we
is
have
the deciding. That is the last vote that I was waiting on.
Okay.
And that is the deciding vote. It was
Oh.
tied beforehand. So,
All right.
Drum roll, please. Your new, or shall I say, your Swarm Care Manager again is Rowan Tipping.
All right. Congratulations, Rowan.
Congratulations, Rowan.
And thank you everybody for participating in this process. Are we good?
Wait, hold on.
Wait, what?
I just want to wait.
Fraudulent election.
Just want to confirm something. I think I have this correct. I just want to confirm something.
It takes 3.
In a private.
Find me 10,000 more votes.
Wait.
Wait, what?
I may have misread a message.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Wait.
Hey, look, it's the 2000 election.
We've got a hanging or a pregnant Chad. I always liked the term pregnant Chad. I always thought that was fun. Should we clear up the confusion? Or are we?
I
Hurry!
am waiting
Stop
for
the
a
recount!
message. I'm waiting for a message back.
Oh no!
Storm the Capitol.
Yeah, that's. Hmm.
Call in Roger Stone and have them have the crowd of people storm the building.
Pirate headquarters going down.
I'm just I think I read it correctly. I'm still waiting for confirmation.
Y'all had one job.
Am I
Our new swarm care manager, Joe Exotic. What?
Yeah. Oh no.
okay? Yes. All right. Yes, it is indeed Rowan. My bad.
Okay. All right.
The-
Thank
the-
you.
Don't
the
joke
one
about Joe
person-
Exotic, man.
Oh
the
man.
one person had numbers next to the names, and I wasn't sure if it was top choice and then second choice, or giving a greater number to another person. So,
Gotcha.
Okay.
but
Thank you for confirming, Mike.
yes,
Yes.
yes, yeah.
Glad we didn't need to involve
Anyway,
the United
yes,
States
Rowan.
court system for that.
Now-
Rowan, congratulations.
Recount. I demand a recount.
The recount of
Ah,
five.
Re-
All right,
the
cool.
recount. The recount. We just did do a recount. That was a recount.
Okay.
Yeah.
That got my heart racing there for a second. I was like,
Everyone
"Wait, what?"
give me a
Sorry about that.
recount.
I thought it was gonna be a 2000 moment right there.
Roger
I-
Stone enters the room.
Oh boy.
I wonder.
You know, I think Roger Stone would be fun to party with, but just not have. I mean,
No. He wouldn't be fun to party with, especially because we know. So, based on circumstantial evidence, he might be an actual current member of a certain organization with 3 Ks in the name.
well, I meant
Based on
I meant
circumstantial
not-
evidence, mind you,
I
but
meant
still enough for me to be scared.
I just meant in a non-political, like his life outside of politics. Like he's kind of a party animal. So,
He's a stoner, I bet it.
but anyways, that's not. I have no plans to do anything with Roger Stone. I was just and yeah, he is definitely a Batman villain. That's true. And Joe has shared another awesome gift tonight. Yari, you had something to say.
Yeah. Yes, you can put gifts here, V. So, I'm wondering if Johnny would like to have some sort of. So I mentioned this, like we could just make a title because we're allowed to. The PNC, according to the bylaws, is allowed to add additional assistants to positions and positions as it deems necessary. So I'm wondering if Johnny would like some sort of like official project manager of nonprofits kind of thing. That's my question.
Okay, that's the question to Johnny, or are we just going to info? He'd love that, as a matter of fact. Do we have a suggestion?
That's well, okay, Mitch, if you want to say something,
Yeah,
for
go
it.
ahead, Mitch, and then I think.
So then I can make a motion.
I think Joe would like to speak too.
I was going to second the motion to adjourn. I saw Joe already did that. But I was just willing to just wanted to say congratulations to Rowan and Johnny, for both of you were fantastic candidates. And if I have it my way this time, by the next conference, maybe you'll both be Swarm Care Manager in equal. But what is it? First, you're equals. You're equal Swarm Care Manager of your region. If I have it my way.
First among equals is
Yeah, that was it.
That's
Thank you.
the phrase. Yeah. So we do have a motion and a second for adjourn. Do we have a suggestion for what we would make the other what the other position would be, or do we want to just revisit that?
I would like to get it done now because I feel like we can get it done now.
That's cool. Rowan?
I
And
think
Johnny, if
that-
you have a suggestion, only if it's called the Cross Time Council of Swarm Care Managers.
I think that the role of connecting with what should we call it, social justice orgs and non profit orgs could be. I don't know the name of it, but I think having that role be created would be beneficial. Well, for this case, I don't know I don't know what the title would be, but I guess what I'm saying is I'm in support of it. That'd be pretty cool to see.
How about something like
He put Ahab in the chat for the
Ahab.
for hunting the whales, right? For the
Yeah,
nonprofit
hunting the
partnerships.
whales.
I like that.
I mean, just call you Ahab?
I think
Ahab, our cross institution liaison.
cross institution liaison is a good title, actually.
That works for me, and the nickname's Ahab. There
The
you go.
nickname's Ahab.
That's
Cool.
honest to God, a good title for it.
I'm gonna officially motion for that. Motion.
Okay.
Motion to give Johnny the title of cross institution liaison, and with its sort of fun piratey title also being Ahab.
Awesome. I think Johnny basically seconded that because he said exactly that works for me. So, if that's a yes, that's a yes. That's a second. So, do we have any objections to that?
I accept on the condition that we immediately adjourn after this vote.
That would be the next thing. Would be the vote to adjourn. Is immediately coming up. So, I have not heard any objections, and those of you who are typing, sure, that's fine with me. V, you can be you can be whatever you want to be. Just keep doing what you're doing when you can. How about that? All right. So we have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor, say aye.
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 That sounds like enough to me. That was at least 3. So, and we got Johnny in the chat and aye. All right. Thank you, everybody. This has been an awesome meeting. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for participating. And everybody out there, don't forget to vote Pirate. And you should be getting that opportunity soon. So, all right. We should be out. Are we going out?